In this discussion, that discussion will be on the topic technical projects. So what are the various technical projects which we are going to discuss regarding the electrical and electronics and communication, and like power system, the projects which is related to electrical power system, and mechatronics, also mechanical plus electronics, which is called to be as mechatronics, and the projects which is related to what artificial intelligence and AI and machine learning, ML, AI and ML, and which is energy integration and like IoT, Internet of Things, which is called what IoT. And these projects they are highly helpful in what BTech, while completing the BTech, or while doing while studying in the Bachelor of Technology BTech, or BE, Bachelor of Engineering, like MTech, Master of Technology, or like ME, or Master of what Engineering, and PhD also. In PhD also, these projects that is of prime concern, that is of very various importance and elaborations. So what are the various technical projects which we are going to discuss here is what a high quality technical projects we are going to discuss. So we'll start with the very first idea, or the project techniques which are related to project technical projects, or technocracy, which is related to electrical and electronics engineering. So what are the various smart energy projects? We will see the smart energy. It means that everything is getting to be digitized and in digital means, or what activeness. It means that everything is getting to be what energy provider. So everything what that is getting to be smart energy. So in a smart energy projects, the discussion would be on what IoT based Internet of Things based smart energy meter with billing and theft detection. So nowadays, earlier days, or in nowadays also, the energy meters is what analog type of energy meters, in which there is a what rotating disc is in between. Whatever rotation they are doing, according to it the unit has to be counted. And then after the nowadays, the smart energy meter is of prime concern, was in what smart energy meter is in what is in need, in requirement. So it is what Internet of Things based smart energy meter with billing and what theft detection. So that may be a project also. What is the next project which we are going to discuss is solar wind hybrid power generation with MPPT control. It means that there is a hybrid power generation. Why it is called to be hybrid? Because more than a technique is involved here in the generation, in the power generation, which is through solar, means saur urja, and what wind means pavan urja, or the vayu urja, or hawa se banne wala. So it means that the solar and the wind hybrid power generation is there with MPPT. What MPPT means? MPPT means maximum power point tracking control. So it means that by what point, and throughout, if there is a power generation throughout the day, if there is a power generation throughout the day via solar and wind energy means resources, then what is the maximum, and what point is of the maximum power generation, that is called MPPT. So solar wind hybrid power generation with MPPT control is maybe also a good project. So automatic power factor correction using capacitor banks. Capacitor banks is of a grouping of capacitors is called capacitor bank, and there are two things. There are mostly the things which is called reactive power control, and what power what reacting wars, and what absorption or the delivery of the reactive component. It means that what if there is more rating, then some rating has to be reduced. If there is less rating, some rating is to be induced. So like this way, the capacitor bank is of what compensation purposes. So automatic power factor correction. Power factor generally is what? Power factor is generally unity required. Power factor is equal to 1 is a required condition. It is a very fine condition. So automatic power correction, it means that why power factor is of prime concern, because power factor there is a meeting, there is a what meeting regarding the power factor settlement of the various stakeholders of power generation, either private or either government, either public. So like this, automatic power factor correction. What power factor is what needed? Power factor is needed to be as unity 1. So it means that automatic power factor correction using capacitor banks. How the capacitor banks is induced or indulged or integrated to what? To decide the power factor corrections, also to decide the improvement in the power factor. So this is the one. So what is, if you will say like it is termed to be as like cos phi, it is nothing but R upon Z, or the resistive upon what? Impedance. So phi is equal to cos inverse of R upon Z. So what is the desired power factor needed? That is what? 1, unity. So that power factor correction is of prime concern. And if power factor is not met with whatever minimum is there, which is called to be as minimum, and maximum is called the range, that range is called the constraint. If constrained settlement is not there, if constrained followings and regulations is not there, then that is called power factor penalty. That penalty is supposed to be the power factor penalty. So automatic power factor correction using capacitor banks is of a good power projects. So what next smart energy project is what? Smart load management system using IoT for peak shaving. So what basically the peak shaving is? Peak shaving means the shifting of the power from what? Maximum power generation area to the what? Outside area of the lower concern of the energy consumption. It means that what is peak shaving is, let us suppose in the very fine what? Evening time, or the in the early morning time, or the official time, in the initial official time, there is a peak demand of the energy. So some things, some energy may be shifted to other time also, or either in the dark night time, by offering some what? Tariff, by relaxing in some of the tariffs. So by giving some rebates and relaxation in the power units, consumed power units bill. So that is what? That is called peak shaving. Load shifting it is also called. So smart load management system using IoT, using what? IoT, Internet of Things, for peak shaving. So this may be our walls. This is called smart load management, because load is going to manage. What is load? That is consuming energy and power, that is supposed to be as the load. So if we are going to what? If load is getting to be managed, अगर प्रबंधन हो रहा है लोड का, किसी भी कंजम्पशन पॉइंट का, पावर कंज्यूमिंग यूनिट इज कॉल्ड लोड. So that is, if there is a load management system and that is smart, that is supposed to be, that is through what? Technology also. So what technology? Using IoT, Internet of Things also, for peak shaving. What is the objective? Peak shaving or the load shifting. That is called what? That is a good smart energy project also. So wireless electricity monitoring using and a cloud dashboard. So it means wireless electricity monitoring. Sometimes this is called, this kind of project is called wireless power transfer. It is also called. So wireless electricity monitoring is what? Via some of the protocol, via some of the what? Protocol, and the energy monitoring is there. Some energy monitoring is to be observed. That is also an example. That is a good project also. Energy audit tool using MATLAB and Python. MATLAB and Python is what? Some of the software and solvers, and which is used to what? MATLAB is used to simulate the models and then after realize it in physical forms. And Python, through the Python, some coding is performed for some gaining some of the objective. So energy audit. So energy audit is also there. How many energy is to be consumed, take and then by the load. That is what? Using some of the tools like MATLAB and Python. This may be also a what? Energy project, like smart energy project. So what next? Power system or distribution projects, like load flow analysis using Newton-Raphson, like forward backward loads, or BSF, backward forward sweep, and what we DG integration, distributed generation integration. Generally the power system consisting of generation, then transmission, then distribution, then consumption. In distribution, this type of flow is called, if it is radial, this is called what? This is called what? A conventional flow. Passive flow, passive distribution system in terms of this. If generation is also encouraged or integrated in the distribution area, that is called what? Active distribution system, which is called through the DG, or distributed generation. The generation in the distribution area is called distributed generation. It may be done via some renewable energy means or non-conventional means. Renewable energy is preferred because in the distribution area population is also there, and by considering the environmental concern and pollution, this is of the prime concern. So load flow analysis. Load flow is what? The flow of the power through generation to the last what? consumption point, that is demand point, or the load point, that's called load flow analysis, the analysis of such kind of load flow. Optimization of power loss using FACT devices. What a FACT devices is called flexible AC transmission device. Why it is used like STATCOM and UPFC. STATCOM, static power compensator, and like UPFC, unified power flow controller. UPFC is what a hybrid controller which is having series as well as shunt compensation, like voltage as well as current compensation. And optimization is for some of the power loss, for maintaining the, what is the power loss is an objective, and optimization of power loss using FACT devices. FACT devices is used for maximum transfer of power from generation to load, or and conditioning it. If there is a demand increase in the load side, then what, there are two choices, either to install new power lines, either to initially what subjected existing power lines up to the maximum thermal stress, up to the maximum power flow. So that is how the optimization of power flow is using FACT devices is to be observed. And the next project is what, voltage stability monitoring using PMU based models. So voltage stability monitoring is also there, and smart distribution system with EV charging optimization, electric vehicle charging optimization is also there. Smart distribution system, that is called what, power system or distribution project. So AI based fault detection in electrical network. So artificial intelligence based what, fault analysis is observed in electrical distribution network. So control system project is what, PID tuning using genetic algorithm or PSO, stepper motor position control using Arduino, automatic solar tracking system like dual axis, and this one quadcopter stability control using PID controller, means proportional, integral and derivative controller. So how to design the controller for some objective, for gaining some of the objective, this may be also done in the electrical portion. So what is the electronics and communication project? Some of the communication and signal processing, like antenna design using some of the technology HFSS, and what, noise reduction in audio using adaptive filtering, and RFID based smart attendance system, radio frequency detection. And this is what, VLSI or embedded system design projects, like smart sensor node, like low power SRAM design, IoT based home automation system. So computer science or AI ML project is what, solar, like AI or ML machine learning, like AI based fault predictions in distribution system, or stock market trend prediction LSTM, or like image classification using CNN or custom database, solar irradiance and wind speed forecasting. Solar irradiance means what, सूर्य किरण है, and then सूर्य की जो भी चटक किरण है वो, और wind speed what. And data science is also smart weather monitoring system, and smart agricultural soil prediction, irrigation automation, and AI smart traffic control using what, like cameras, like, and smart weather monitoring system. So mechatronics and robotics project is also there, smart greenhouse automation system, drone for mapping and surveillance, and robotics arms with objective detection, like this. Renewable energy is also there, techno-economic optimization of solar and wind DG, efficiency index and reliability index using various optimization using algorithms, hybrid energy storage management, smart distribution network simulation using MATLAB simulation, and carbon reduction index, decarbonization modeling. So these are some of the projects using or regarding what, electrical and electronics and computer science, like, and mechatronics also, robotics also, IoT, Internet of Things, and electrical power system. So some of the projects we will discuss in the near coming session. This is all for this brief, this is what, descriptive project session.